The Chagisang Student Union held the second phase of its agitation at below RD Block Kikruma against the National Highway and Infrastructure Development Corporation Limited and the EPC contractor Ratna Infrastructure Project Private Limited. CSU stages protest against NH29 road construction. On May 9, the NSS unit of Ruzukri Government Higher Secondary School, Kohima went on an education tour at Raj Bhavan, Kohima. The main highlight of the visit was an interactive session with the Governor of Nagaland, L.A. Ganesha. Tripura Minister Tinku Roy, who represents Chandipur in Unakoti district, has been actively overseeing development projects in his constituency. He also accompanied by local officials including Chandipur BDO Dibopriya Das during the inspection. In a bid to prevent public panic and maintain operational discipline, the Union Minister of Home Affairs has instructed all media outlets to stop using civic defense air raid siren sound in their programs except for authorized community awareness campaign. Hello viewers, you are watching Nltv English Primetime. This is Chanchan Kasar and now the news in detail. On 10th May, the Chagisang Student Union held the second phase of its agitation at below RD Block Kikruma against the National Highway and Infrastructure Development Corporation Limited and the EPC contractor Ratna Infrastructure Project Private Limited. The protest focused on the continued negligence and failure to improve the NH29 road Kohima-Jasami, which remained in a dangerous and unsuitable condition. With the monsoon season approaching, the poor state of the road poses serious risks to travelers and reflects a clear lack of responsibility by the concerned authorities. A short program was held during the protest. It was chaired by CSU Vice President Povozo Soho with prayers led by Visonu Yunye from North Kikruma. Solidarity messages were shared by Fulo Sara, President of CSU, Vesbu Viro, President of Kikruma Student Union, and Visuta Kezo, President of North Kikruma Student Union. Public grievances were voiced by Tifusuyo Tinyu, VCC North Kikruma, and Zavipra Puro, VDB Secretary, North Kikruma. The event concluded with remarks from CSU General Secretary Kozoto Swara. On May 9, the Catholic community in Nagaland Diocese of Kohima joined the Universal Church in joy and thanksgiving for the election of His Holiness Pope Leo XIV, formerly Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost, as the 267th successor of the Apostle Peter and Supreme Pontiff of the Roman Catholic Church. Pope Leo XIV, born on September 14, 1955 in Chicago, is a prominent American Catholic prelate who served in various significant roles. He became a cardinal in 2023. In an official message, Most Reverend Dr. James Pofill, Bishop of Kohima, extended congratulations on behalf of the clergy, religious and faithful of the diocese. He emphasized the papacy's role in uniting the global church and highlighting Pope Leo's 14th commitment to social justice. The bishop also reminded the faithful of the prophetic words of Pope Leo, who established a Catholic hierarchy in India. Bishop Toffel called on all Catholics to offer prayer for Pope Leo XIV, asking for divine wisdom and possible courage as he leads the church forward. The Catholic community in Nagaland celebrates this historic movement with joy, prayer and unwavering faith, welcoming Pope Leo XIV as a guiding force for peace and justice. The Department of Geology, Nagaland University Kohima campus donated rock and mineral samples to the Directorate of Art and Culture, Government of Nagaland, For display in the State Museum Kohima, the donation was held by Professor Vicoleno Rino, Dr. Temsu Lemba Walling and other staff members of the Department of Geology. The donation included a variety of rock types such as igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic rocks along with important economic minerals like magnetite, chromite, hematite, limestone and coal collected from different parts of the state. The director of the State Museum, Adil Mao, expressed her gratitude, noting that these specimens will significantly enhance the museum's collection and provide valuable educational insight for visitors, particularly students. We'll now take a short break. Stay tuned, we'll be right back with more updates. Welcome back. Let's get back with the news. A combined village headman and assistant headman coronation program for Longki Adivasi, Gao Adivasi, Ti Bosti, Manipuri Bosti, Lama Bosti and Charod Lengri village was held on May 10 at the Manipur Bosti Council Hall. The coronation ceremony was conducted by Augustine Ramsa, president of Karbi Anglong ASR Amel. We have reported on this from reporter Niboli Yapto. Let's have a look.
So, Ami Khan, you to 1915 pra, you to wrong asar amai, association to Ami Khan no ta member thake, no jon member thake, okol head GB, assistant GB to no hoy, aru taihan logote aru 7 jon thakibo. Itu hoise youth aru pastor aru elders eneka sob thakibo thaki kini taihan ekta committee banabo 9 jon committee etu 9 jon prahe village to cholabo bosti to cholabo etu 9 jon la kotha nuhune kole to village pora out koribo pare etu to apni khan siksidula niyom to jani ase ole bi ekta duita olop koi kini jabo kini ami khara hoy ase to yate jiman aji gangbra digini ase immediate apni khan committee to bonai loise etu moi hunise olebi aru immediate apni khan meeting kori kini 9 jon committee to public khan ke jonai dibo lage kile etu 9 jon committee pore apni khan bosti loi jabo 9 jon committee jodi ইয়াৰ পৰা নাযায় কলেতো গভৰ্নমেণ্ট লগতে বি ফাইট কৰিব নপাৰিব আৰু আলাক আলাক বস্তি হলে বি এইটো ৰেকগনাইজ নকৰিব আৰু একটা কথা এইটো আমি খানতো চেন্ট্ৰেল কমিটি আৰু ইয়াতে বৰজানত হাৱাৰ আমাই বুলি আছে হাৱাৰ আমাই মানে ৰিজনেল কমিটি প্ৰেসিডেন্ট সেক্ৰেটাৰিটো প্ৰেসিডেন্টটো লাংটুক তেৰন আৰু সেক্ৰেটাৰিটো বিনোদ বংৰন এইটো দুইজন লগতে আপনি খান যোগাযোগ কৰিব লাগে তাইখান লগত টাইপ কৰি কিনি কামটো যাব লাগে তো কিনি আপনি খানকে জনাই দি আছে আৰু ইয়াতে সরকারি কামরা খান বি থাকিব পাৰে হলে বি বিয়া পাব নালাগে কিলে কলে তো ইয়াতে আমি খান ভিলেজ হেডম্যান আজিৰ পৰা থাকি যাইছে তো ভিলেজ হেডম্যান হৈছে তাই নিজে লগা বস্তি এরিয়া কেনেকা আছে ভিলেজ হেডম্যান কিটা জানে তো এটা সরকারি কামরা খান কি হৈছে কলে এইটোৱে গণ্ডগোল হৈ থাকে ইয়াতে সরকারি কামরা খানতো আমি খান লগা ভিলেজ হেডম্যান লগা মেম্বার আছে কিলে ভিলেজ হেডম্যান প্রায় 3টা 4টা মিলাই কিনি চৰকাৰী গাঁওবুঢ়া গভৰ্ণমেণ্ট গাঁওবুঢ়া পঠায় আমি খান এইটো মানে এতিয়াৰ পৰা আপুনি খান বস্তি মানুহ কিমান আছে ক'লেবি চৰকাৰী গাঁওবুঢ়া হাতে যাব নালাগে এতিয়াতো ভিলেজ হেডমেন লগতে যাব লাগে কৈ কিনে আপুনি খানকে জনাই দি আছে আৰু এতিয়া কনচিলৰ পৰা যোৱা মাইনাবি এইটোতো অলৰেডি নটিচ সাফ কৰি লৈছে যে ভিলেজ হেডমেন পৰা যদি মাটি লাগা হবে এনি এনঅ'চি ভিলেজ হেডমেন যদি নিদিয়ে এতিয়াতো গভৰ্ণমেণ্টে একচেপ্ট নকৰিব এইটো মানে ভিলেজ হেডমেন লগতে ফাৰ্ষ্ট যাব লাগে ভিলেজ হেডমেন ইয়াৰ পিছতে লিখা পিছতে ইয়াতে লোকেল EM/MEC হবে তাই খান বি লিখি দিব আৰু ইয়াৰ অফিস হবে স্কুল হবে ডেথ সার্টিফিকেট হবে বার্থ সার্টিফিকেট হবে ভিলেজ হেডমেন নপঠাটো এইটোতো ৰেকগনাইজ নকৰে কৈ কিনে আপুনি খানকে জনাই দি আছে এতিয়াৰ পৰাতো আৰু একটা কথা মই ইয়াতে নাগা ইউনিয়ন এসোসিয়েশন কিতাবি আছে এইটো জনাই দি আছে ইয়াতে আজি ভিলেজ হেডমেন খান থাকি কিনে আছে এইটো মানে আজি ভিলেজ হেডমেন খানকে নহদি কিনে ভিলেজ হেডমেন খানকে নহদি কিনে বেছিটো মাটি নিমিতে ঝেমেলা হয় বৰ্ডাৰতে এইটো মানে ভিলেজ কমিটিকে ভিলেজ গাঁওবুঢ়া খানকে ভিলেজ হেডমেন খানকে নহদি কিনে মাটি কিনা বিচা এইটো বি নকৰিলে ভাল আছে কৈ কিনে কিলে এতিয়াতো 5 জন হেলজিপি আছে 5 জন লগা এৰিয়া কোনবা যদি গণ্ডগোল কৰিছে গলে এইটো ভিলেজ হেডমেন কৰে যদি এইটো আমি খান একো নাজানে ক'লেতো গভৰ্ণমেণ্ট বি সঁচা ক'লে বি ভিলেজ হেডমেন পৰা কি কয় এইটো ছাপোৰ্ট নকৰিব
The Office of the Deputy Commissioner Kohima has issued a circular mandating strict safety protocols for uncovered and abandoned borewell across the district. This directive follows a communication from the National Disaster Management Authority through the Nagaland State Disaster Management Authority, as stated in a letter from the Home Department dated March 20. The circular includes key measures to prevent accidents, particularly involving children, and mandates sealing abandoned borewell, conducting regular inspection, and initiating punitive actions for non-compliance. Public awareness campaign will also be launched to educate citizens on the risk of uncovered borewell. The advisory outlined further responsibilities including borewell registration, fencing, platform construction, signage placement, pump maintenance, and proper sealing methods, with a strong emphasis on safety and prevention. On May 8, Director of Social Welfare Nagaland, Toshili Zimomi, along with Program Manager of Mission Vitsalia Retail and District Child Protection Officer Kaiko Kemlingan visited Shalom Children's Home in Kifri. During the visit, Soli Zimomi revealed a short speech encouraging the children to put God first in their lives, obey their teaching and elders, and excel in their academics. She also donated art materials in a sum of Rs 20,000 to support the children's home. Retail Program Manager of Mission Visalia expressed her appreciation for the infrastructure and nurturing environment provided at Shalom's Children's Home. The program began with an invocation prayer by Kamsu, the accountant of SCH, followed by a welcome address by Susu Mary, proprietor of SCH Kifri. The children of the home represented a welcome song to greet the visitors, and the event concluded with a mass prayer, bringing a meaningful end to the visit. The Office of the Deputy Commissioner Kohima has issued an official circular following a directive from the National Disaster Management Authority through the Nagaland State Disaster Management Authority as referred in a Home Department letter dated March 20. The circular enforcement strict safety measures for all uncovered and abandoned borewell in Kohima district to prevent accidents. Key rules include mandatory sealing of all abandoned borewell with concrete or metal capes and routine inspection to ensure public safety. The circular warns that individual or organization failing to comply will face punitive action. Public awareness campaign will also be launched to educate people on the danger of open borewell and the importance of reporting them. Citizens are advised to visit the Deputy Commissioner's office for full details. The advisory includes guidelines for landowners, drilling agencies and government departments on borewell registration, signage, fencing, sealing procedures and safety maintenance protocol. On May 9, the NSS unit of Rizukri Government Higher Secondary School Kohima went on an educational tour to Raj Bhavan Kohima. The main highlight of the visit was an interactive session with the Governor of Nagaland, L.A. Ganesha. During the session, students learned about the role and responsibility of the Governor and asked questions related to current affairs and the political system of the state. This visit gave the students a rare opportunity to see the administrative process up close and understand the protocol of the government's office. The interaction with the governor inspired many students to be more informed and responsible citizens. We'll now take a short break. Stay tuned, we'll be right back with more updates. Welcome back. Let's get back with the news. The District Administration Newland, along with Mission Shakti, Beti Bachao, Beti Parao, the District Hub for Empowerment of Women and the District Child Protection Unit organized an awareness campaign on the prevention of child marriage at the Deputy Commissioner's Conference Hall, Newland. The campaign was held in observance of Akshay Tritiya. The program was chaired by S. Boloka Zimo and the keynote address was delivered by Kilinguno Solo NCS, Extra Assistant Commissioner of Newland, Resource Person Hitoko Swu, Member of the Juvenile Justice Board, and Kali Shohei, Supervisor at the Child Helpline, gave informative talk on efforts to stop child marriage. Representatives from key organizations and stakeholders attended the event, showing strong support for protecting children's rights. The campaign encouraged dialogue, sharing of best practices, and joint action to build a safer future for children in Newland. An awareness program on preventing child marriage was held on May 9 at the Conference Hall of DC Office, Mokokchung. The event was jointly organized by the District Administration and the District Child Protection Unit. Deputy Commissioner Ajit Kumar Verma, IAS, and Chairperson of CWS, Dr. T. Amongla, addressed the gathering, stressing the importance of collecting efforts and community involvement in supporting child marriage. Dr. Amongla highlighted that early marriage leads to issues such as domestic violence, early pregnancy and poverty, and described it as a societal issue, not a personal one. The Senior Superintendent of Police, Visupra Kyezo, noted that no child marriage cases have been officially reported so far in the district, but assured legal action if any are found. The program was led by Merenchila Imchen with a prayer from Pastor Sevotso Vero. Officials from various departments and community leaders attended the event to strengthen the cause.
If I go to Indian history, I would like to put 2 lines it will clarify the background of the child marriage. In the ancient India and medieval India, if you understand the fabric of society those times, the main causes, the main reasons for the child marriage was since the inception of the civilization, the society moved ahead, but because of disparity between the male and female counterpart. This is not something which has come out of sudden. This is historical background of child marriage. And at that point of time, it was not like you can say, I would not comment that it was not a social evil. But you can say it started because of the wisdom of the forefathers that time they were having. And the scenario, the historical presents, the various factors and the economic factors which were responsible for such certain things. It will justify Pranavati. I want to explain that how the certain things happen in the society for the betterment, but with the process of time, it becomes social evil. कल तो ठीक था आदि तो social evil भी हो पा रहे because society keep changing with the time. So ancient time when the girl child was not treated as equally with the male counterpart. उस टाइम पे ताकि हम बच्चा माई के बच्चा दो कि मान जल्दी शादी करो ताकि हमारा माथा उठाओ. This was the one dominating reason. Because of that, the parents used to get married in the initial stage. And the second, in the medieval era, you come to know there was a lot of invasion in our history. And because of that, the female counterpart, many times the girl child were not safe. So, being the historical factors, to time to time, my bachcha ro kiman jodi sari ro tai tara husband la ghar jao and they will have the responsibility to protect the lady. Shadi na pura kaam karo unsafe nationally to time there. It was way back, you can say 1600, you can say 1200, 1300 when the medieval era was there. So it is na aste start hisha. But it has lot of complications. To la problem bisi ase. So historical background pura एक social feature. You can say it's a social feature that was started way back in ancient India and medieval India. And with the passage of time, it has developed a social level. Actually, though, not today only. When the modernity came, when British ruled our time there, we moved, the society and the civilization moved towards the modern system of civilization. So, the modern system features are the rational thinking, the logical thinking, education, enlightenment. These are the features of the modern civilization. Anything in the society which is not favorable for the human being, because the ultimate goal of the society and the development is the well-being of the human being. Whatever is against the welfare of the human being is a social evil. That also comes under that, and during the British era also, they have passed certain legislation to stop the practice of child marriage. So history to this lamba ase, aru kunba hona to maybe for the new generations to keep changes to this. But anything happens that because of historical factors. With the passage of time, it becomes irrelevant. Because of that, it's categorized as a social evil. So, आज ही कोई तो social evil आते, इतो गाने में हम सभी मान चुनाव लेना है. Just to fight against certain social evil, Government of India has come up with the Act, Prevention of Child Marriage Act 2006. And in addition to that, this has come from the mission rule Prevention of Child Marriage Act. And today we have a lot of structures like Mohalla. If you talk about the various aspects to prevent the child marriage, we have two aspects. One is preventive part, then other is like curative part. So always there is the healthcare system. So first to rukawale process kuru bolage. It is very different.
On May 9, the District Administration Longlang Mission Shakti District Hub for Empowerment of Women in Saki One-Stop Center in collaboration with the District Child Protection Unit Longlang organized an awareness campaign on the prevention of child marriage at the Deputy Conference Hall Longlang. The event was held in observation of Akshaya Tritiya. Deputy Commissioner W. Wanpai Pom NCS delivered the keynote address stating that while child marriage is still seen in some parts of India, it has not been seen in traditions in Nagaland. He explained the Child Marriage Act 2006, which defines child marriage and enforces legal penalties for those involved in such act. Pom emphasized the importance of education, gender equality, and protecting children's right to bring social change. District Child Protection Officer Ketubo Witsu outlined the role of child marriage officers and encouraged spreading awareness in churches and village. Panel lawyer P. Mopyev Pong spoke about the legal framework of the Child Marriage Act, while Rongsen Yingla Ozukung and Achung N. Pong shared available services for child in the district. Assam Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma encouraged the residents of Guwahati to opt for piped natural gas, describing it as a safer, more economical and convenient alternative to traditional LPG cylinder. He highlighted that subscribing to the piped PNG gas service would provide a more efficient energy solution delivered directly to homes. Dr. Sharma also mentioned that nearly 101 households in the Gita Nagar areas had already connected to the PNG service, which ensured an uninterrupted gas supply and eliminates the need for cylinder refill. The initiative, he added, aligns with the state's clean energy goals. The state government, he noted, is actively promoting PNG service as a part of its broader strategy to provide safe and efficient energy access to urban households.
এটা গুৱাহাটীত গ্যাস পাইপলাইন লে কৰা ইমান সহজ নাছিলে, এটা প্ৰত্যাহ্বানমূলক কাম আছিলে। বিশেষকৈ আমি গুৱাহাটীৰ পানী যোগানৰ সময়ত গ্যাস পানীৰ পাইপ লে কৰোঁতে কিমান সমস্যাৰ সন্মুখীন হওঁ আমি তাক জানো। আৰু প্ৰথমতে যেতিয়া গ্যাস পাইপলাইন লগোৱাৰ কথা আহিছিলে, মই নিজেও যথেষ্ট কনফিউজনত আছিলোঁ যে ই বহুখিনি মহানগৰী মানুহক কষ্ট দিব, আমি কৰিব পাৰিম নোৱাৰিম। কিন্তু পূৰ্ব ভাৰতী গ্যাস প্ৰাইভেট লিমিটেডে নিজৰ কাম অত্যন্ত দক্ষতাৰে সৈতে কৰাৰ বাবে আমাৰ গুৱাহাটীত মানুহৰো ৰিসেন্টমেন্ট বহুত বেছি হোৱা নাছিল আৰু আমি খুব স্মুথলি এই কামটো আগবঢ়াই লৈ যাব পাৰিছিলোঁ। আজি আমি অত্যন্ত আনন্দিত যে আজি গীতানগৰ অঞ্চলত 101টা পৰিয়ালে গ্যাসৰ জৰিয়তে আমাৰ যেটো আমি কুকিং গ্যাস আমি পাওঁ তাক আমি এতিয়া গ্যাসৰ জৰিয়তে পোৱা আৰম্ভ কৰিম আৰু গুৱাহাটীত আমি এক্সপানশনো যথেষ্ট কৰিব পাৰিম, কাৰণ আমাৰ নেসেসাৰী ইনফ্ৰাষ্ট্ৰাকচাৰ নিৰ্মাণ হৈছে। এলপিজিতকৈ ই বহু পৰিমাণে সহজ হ'ব, ঘৰতে আমি পাম। আৰু মই গুৱাহাটীবাসী ৰাইজক অনুৰোধ কৰিম যে আপোনালোকে যিমান পাৰে আমাৰ PBGLত সাবস্ক্রিপশন কৰক যাতে আমি কুকিং গ্যাস আমি।
Tripura Minister Tinku Roy, who represents Chandipur in Unakoti district, has been actively overseeing development projects in his constituency. On his recent inspection in May, Roy reviewed the progress of ongoing works including renovation of theatres in Subhash Nagar and Sarojini Gram Panchayat and the construction of a new hall named Dr. Shyam Prasad Mukherjee in Shingibil and the development of a scientific field in Bir Chandranagar. Roy expressed frustration over the slow pace and poor quality of renovation at a 300-seat hall near Dolugal Bazaar and infrastructure for stricter supervision to ensure the work is completed with better quality. He also accompanied by local officials including Chandipur BDO Debropriya Das during the inspection. On May 9 at Savima Cricket Ground in Dimapur, Manipur defeated Arunachal Pradesh by 100 runs in the 3rd Northeast Cricket Development Corporation Senior Men's Interstate Friendship Tournament. Manipur posted a strong total of 354-10 in 47.3 overs, with Jotin Singh's brilliant century 106 of 68 balls leading the charge. Arunachal Pradesh responded with 254-8 in 50 overs, with Techi Doria's 102 points being the highlight. Rajkumar Rik Singh's 6-3 helped Manipur seal the victory. The next matches are scheduled for May 10, with Arunachal Pradesh facing Mizoram at 9 AM at Nagaland Cricket Stadium and Meghalaya taking on Sikkim at Savima Cricket Ground at the same time. The SAFF U19 Men's Football Championship kicked off in Upai, Arunachal Pradesh on May 9 with an excitement offering match. Team India dominated the field, securing a commanding 8-0 victory over Sri Lanka at the Golden Jubilee Stadium. India's young footballers displayed excellent skill, teamwork and determination, while Sri Lanka, despite the loss, earned praise for their remarkable sportsmanship and commitment. The tournament's inauguration was attended by Arunachal Pradesh Chief Minister Pema Khandu, Deputy Chief Minister Konwa Main, Sport Minister Kento Zini and other dignitaries, adding grandeur to the event. Upcoming fixtures on May 11 include Bangladesh versus Bhutan at 4 p.m. and Sri Lanka versus Nepal at 7:30 p.m. All matches are held at the Golden Jubilee Stadium and are available for live streaming on the Sportworks YouTube channel. On May 10, Pakistani troops violated the ceasefire along the line of control in the Uri and Gurez sector of Jammu and Kashmir. The shelling targeted Charunda and Hadlanga areas in the Uri sector and Bangtor in Gurez sector. While heavy shelling was reported, no casualties were confirmed. This comes after a woman was killed and 2 others injured in previous shelling on May 9. On Saturday, May 10, Chief of Defence Staff General Anil Chauhan met Defence Minister Rajnath Singh to discuss the escalating military confrontations between India and Pakistan. During the meeting, General Chauhan briefed Singh on the ongoing situation, which included Pakistan's attempted drone strike on India military installation. On Friday, India reported that Pakistan launched 300 to 400 Turkish drones across 36 locations, including from LEH to Sir Creek. The Indian Army confirmed on Saturday morning that Pakistan's action had helped to continue tensions along the western borders. On Saturday, India reported that Pakistan's military was moving troops into forward areas, signaling an offensive intent as 2 countries continue attacking each other's military facilities, escalating the conflict. Wing Commander Vyomika Singh, along with Army spokesperson Colonel Sophia Qureshi and Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri, addressed the press, highlighting Pakistan's missile strike at 1:40 a.m. on India's Punjab Air Base and unprofessional targeting of IAF stations in Srinagar, Avantipura and Udhampur. Pakistan also used drone and long-range weapon in the attack. India maintained a state of high readiness and stated it was committed to de-escalate provided Pakistan reciprocated.
जैसा कि हम पिछले 2-3 प्रेस ब्रीफिंग्स में भी बता चुके हैं, ये पाकिस्तानी गतिविधियां हैं पिछले 2-3 दिन से, जो एक एस्केलेटरी तौर पे देखी जा रही हैं और प्रोवोकेटिव तौर पे देखी जा रही हैं. I've said on numerous earlier occasions, it is Pakistani actions that have constituted provocation and escalation. In response, and I repeat, in response, India has defended and reacted in a responsible and measured fashion to these provocations and these escalations by the Pakistani side.
Pak military has been observed to be moving their troops into forward areas, indicating offensive intent to further escalate the situation. Indian Armed Forces remain in a high state of operational readiness. All hostile actions have been effectively countered and responded appropriately. Indian Armed Forces reiterate their commitment to non-escalation, provided it is reciprocated by the Pakistan military.
भारतीय सशस्त्र बलों ने अधिकांश खतरों को सफलतापूर्वक निष्क्रिय किया. फिर भी वायु सेना स्टेशनों पर उधमपुर, पठानकोट, आदमपुर और भुज भटिंडा स्टेशन, इन सब पर उपकरण व पर्सनल्स को हानि पहुंचाई. मैं ये भी बताना चाहती हूँ कि पाकिस्तान ने हाई स्पीड मिसाइल सुबह 1:40 पर इस्तेमाल करके पंजाब के एयर बेस स्टेशन को दागने की कोशिश की. एक निंदनीय और अनप्रोफेशनल एक्ट के तहत पाकिस्तान ने श्रीनगर, अवंतीपुर और उधमपुर के वायुसेना अड्डों पर चिकित्सा केंद्र और स्कूल परिसर को निशाना भी बनाया। कुछ वीडियो दिखाना चाहती हूँ जहां पर इंडियन आर्मी के वेपन्स
In a bid to prevent public panic and maintain operational discipline, the Union Minister of Home Affairs has instructed all media outlets to stop using civil defense air raid siren sound in their programming except for unauthorized community awareness campaign. This advisory issued on Friday addressed growing concern about the inappropriate use of emergency signals in news and entertainment broadcasts. In a separate development, the Director General of the Bureau of Civil Aviation Security issued an official memorandum on May 9 expanding the role of the Central Industrial Security Force at civil airports. The CISF Aviation Security Group will now also provide security for cargo operation and oversee the inline whole barrage screening system. In CISF, spokesperson confirmed that all airports under the security cover have already implemented this new framework. The expanded duties of the CISF are aimed at enhancing aviation security across India's airports. On May 10, Jammu city, one of the worst hit regions by mortar shelling and drone strike from Pakistan, woke up to loud explosion. The attack, which targeted 6 locations across Jammu, occurred just hours after the Indian Armed Forces intercepted multiple drones overnight. Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah visited the areas hit by the blast, which caused significant damage to homes and parked vehicles. The AAP Shambhu temple was also targeted through its narrowly avoided mass casualties. Local resident Sarvish Bakshi described hearing moderate chilling sound by a big explosion at 6 a.m. He also shared how the siren alerted people, preventing further harm. In Janipur, a shell tore through a roof, but the family had executed before the attack.
सुबह 6 बजे का समय था। उस समय पहले छोटे छोटे शेलिंग हो रही थी। तो जब शेलिंग हुई तो ऐसे एकदम बहुत जबरदस्त ब्लास्ट हुआ। ऐसे लगा मुझे कि मेरे सर पे ही हुआ, मेरे जबरदस्त छत पे ब्लास्ट हुआ। तो मैं बाहर निकला, मैंने बाहर निकल के ऐसे देखा तो मुझे धुआं उठाई दिया। तो मैंने कहा ये तो यहाँ पे ही कहीं रूपनगर में ही कहाँ हुआ। तो जब मैं इधर आया, बाहर आगे देखा तो ये जो मकान है, ये मकान सेक्टर नंबर 1 मकान नंबर 1 है ये। लेकिन ये मकान बंद पड़ा हुआ है बड़ी देर से। जिनका मकान था वो बेच के चले गए हैं। और ये मकान की बाउंड्री जो गैलरी है, उस गैलरी पे अटैक हुआ है। किसी को लगी तो नहीं है? हाँ, नहीं, ये भगवान की दया से किसी को लगी नहीं। उसका कारण ये था कि सायरन बज चुका था पहले ही है। लोग अलर्ट हो गए थे। नहीं तो इस समय सुबह सुबह आप शंभू मंदिर में जाने का लोगों का रहता है कि सुबह सुबह रश रहता है, और साथ में लोग यहाँ पे सैर करने के लिए भी जाते हैं। तो उस वजह से सायरन बज चुका था पहले ही, तो उस लोग अलर्ट हो गए थे। तो उस वजह से यहाँ पे नुकसान नहीं हुआ, ना कोई इंजर्ड हुआ। मैं कहता हूँ
On May 10, Indian military forces destroyed multiple Pakistani drones flying over Kasi cantonment in Amritsar. The drones spotted around 5 a.m. were immediately engaged and destroyed by India's Air Defense Unit. The Indian Army condemned Pakistan's action, describing them as a blatant attempt to violate India's sovereignty and endanger civilians. The Army reaffirmed its commitment to thwart any hostile action along the western border, warning Pakistan against further escalation. Due to rising tension between India and Pakistan, people in Uri town of Baramulla district have been moved to safer places. On Saturday, most home and market in Uri went empty and closed as residents left, fearing escalation along the border. Munir, a local, said that almost all families have left and the market are completely shut. Ahmed Shanavas, a salon owner from Uttar Pradesh who has worked in Uri for 2 years, said there is no work and the area is deserted.
उरी में से मतलब बहुत लोग चले गए। कुछ होंगे 1-2 घर में रुके हुए 5-7, तो बाकी तो उरी में सारा खाली हो गया। आप देख सकते हो मार्केट की हालात कैसी है उरी में।
मेरा नाम मोहम्मद शाहनवाज है सर।
आप यहीं के लोकल रहने वाले हैं?
नहीं सर, मैं लोकल नहीं हूँ, मैं यूपी का रहने वाला हूँ। मैं काम करता हूँ इधर सैलून का। जी।
कब से कर रहे हो?
मैं 2 साल से कर रहा हूँ इधर।
यूपी में कहाँ से रहने वाले हो?
जिला बिजनौर। जी।
तो यहाँ पे कहाँ पे दुकान वगैरह थी और क्या दुकान वगैरह खुल रही है आपकी?
अब सर कुछ दुकान नहीं खुल रही है, सारी मार्केट बंद है, लोग बाग है ही नहीं, तो दुकान अभी बस गुजारा करने वाली बात है, अभी कुछ नहीं है।
Punjab unveiled advanced disaster management equipment in Mohali on May 10. Amid rising tension with Pakistan, the exhibition showcased tools for search, rescue and hazardous material detection with a disaster deployment kit as a key highlight. Mukesh Sharma, North India head of Unicare Emergency, explained the kit's feature, which included a live detector and search camera. Other life-saving tools such as multi-gas detector, portable air blower, hydraulic combi tools and firefighting equipment were also on display. India has raised concern with the International Monetary Fund after it approved a loan of $1 billion for Pakistan. India flagged the possibility that Pakistan would misuse the fund for state-sponsored cross-border terrorism. In a post on the social media platform Twitter, India's Minister of Information and Broadcasting highlighted Pakistan's poor track record of adhering to IMF program conditions and warned that fund would be diversified to support terrorism. India also opposed a proposed $2.3 billion loan extension to Pakistan by the IMF, pointing out the risk of funding terrorism and the potential reputation damage to global financial institutions. The IMF approved the $1 billion disbursements of Pakistan under the extended fund facility following a review of Pakistan's economic reform program. India abstained from voting during the IMF meeting held on Friday, and the protests come at a time of highlighted military tensions between India and Pakistan. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back. Let's get back with the news. On May 10, early in the morning, explosion-like sound were heard in Pathankot district of Punjab amid ongoing military tensions between India and Pakistan. The blast occurred around 5 a.m., but there was no official confirmation. Authorities had enforced a blackout in the areas the previous night and advised residents to stay indoors. On May 9, 2025, security forces successfully thwarted multiple attacks by Pakistan drone in several districts of Pakistan, including Firozpur, Pathankot, Fazilka and Amritsar. In Firozpur, 3 family members were injured when a projectile from a Pakistan drone, which had been intercepted by the air defense system, crashed onto their house in Kai Fema village, setting the house and a car in fire. Tensions escalated between India and Pakistan after India launched precision strike on terror launch pads in Pakistan and Pakistan occupied Kashmir on May 7. In retaliation for the April 22 Pahalgam attack, following this, Pakistan launched a new wave of drone attack targeting 26 locations across India from Jammu and Kashmir to Gujarat on the night of May 9. In West Bengal on May 10, the Border Security Force has increased patrols along the border with Bangladesh due to ongoing tensions. The heightened patrols are particularly focused near Phalburi in the Jalpaiguri district. Phalburi is a designated border crossing point that allows for the movement of vehicles and people between India and Bangladesh. Singapore has expressed grave concern over the ongoing military confrontation between India and Pakistan following India's strike on terror launch pads after the April 2022 Pahalgam attack. In a statement issued on May 9, Singapore's Ministry of Foreign Affairs urged both countries to de-escalate tensions and resolve issues through diplomatic means. The MFA also advised Singaporeans to avoid non-essential travel to Jammu and Kashmir and Pakistan due to rising security risks. On Saturday, China urged both India and Pakistan to exercise calm and restraint, emphasizing the importance of returning to a peaceful settlement. The Chinese Foreign Minister expressed deep concern over the escalating situation between the two countries and called for both sides to avoid further action that could heighten tensions. China also reiterated its commitment to playing a constructive role in maintaining regional peace and stability. Aditi Ashok's campaign at the Mizuho America Open came to an end on May 9 as she failed to make the cut after finishing at a total of 5 over 149. After a touch first round score of 77, Aditi shot an ever par 72 in the second round but fell short as the cut line was set at 1 under par. Meanwhile, world number 1 Nelly Korda continued her strong performance, shooting a 4 under par 68 for the second day in a row. She sits tied for first place with Somi Lee and Andre Lee at all 8 under par. Korda's strategy round included multiple birdies, helping her maintain her position atop leadership. Indian Grandmaster R. Pragnananda defeated Uzbekistan's Nodikir in the second round of the Super 8 Chess Classic on May 10. Pragnananda showcased exceptional skill, especially with the white pieces, and dominated after the trade of queens. He trimmed easily in the rook and opposite-colored bishops endgame. Meanwhile, D. Gukesh, the youngest ever world champion, drew his game against Romania's Dick Dongman Daniel for the second round in a row. Despite Gukesh aggressively play with white, the Romanian held strong defensively, resulting in a draw. During a women's football game held on May 9, PDFA President Raitu Niumai and executive member Zairang addressed the participants, offering words of encouragement and motivation. They highlighted the importance of dedication, discipline, and teamwork in striving for excellence in the sport. Their presence and inspiring message left lasting impact on the players, urging them to stay focused on the development and continue pushing for greater opportunities in women's football. At the Turkish Airline Open in Bulak, Turkey on May 10, Vir Alhawat missed the cut after shooting a second round 73. The only Indian in the field, Alhawat ended the tournament with a 6 over total as the cut fell at 1 under. He is likely to participate in the Saudal Open next. Frenchman Martin leads with a 2-shot advantage at 11 under after a 66. South Africa Wilco is at 9 under and China's Li Hatong trails by 1 shot. Shubhanankar Sharma will return to action after the Belgium event. Indian cricketer Virat Kohli has reportedly informed the Board of Control for Cricket about his decision to retire from Test cricket. However, senior BCCI officials have urged Kohli to reconsider his decision. Kohli has been reflecting on his Test career since India's border Gavaskar. That is all for the Nltv English Primetime. For more news and update, keep watching Nltv.